Welcome back to That Handicapping Show. I'm Claire Novak, joined once again by Tom LaMarra. We are back in the studio. Breeders' Cup is over and the Churchill Fall Meet is underway. We're going to take a look at the Mrs Revere Stakes $200,000 Grade 2 on the turf, going 1 mile and a 16th for 3-year-old fillies. And this race did attract an overflow field of 18, which means we have a lot of horses to talk about here. And I know Tom and I have some differing opinions, but also one horse we both think a little bit about. So Tom, who are you looking at in this group? Of course, 14 will start.
Well, it's a pretty good field. It looks like the turf course will be firm this weekend. There was a little bit of rain earlier this week, but it's cooled off greatly around here, and I would expect a firm course. So, with 14 horses, obviously there's always that opportunity for some traffic trouble. So one horse that I do want to talk about is Distorted Beauty, who breaks from the 3-hole. New York bred filly, never worse than second in 5 starts on the grass. Ran a really nice race in the Pebbles, slow early pace, picked it up 1 mile and 1:35, and of course was nailed at the wire by Lady Lara, who was a first-timer here in the country. And the way Distorted Beauty ran last time and has run previously, I think maybe she's going to be out there early. Maybe a better miler, we don't know, but 1 mile and a 16 should be fine. And I think she's going to be one of the horses to catch in this race.
She has been second, going 1 mile and a 16th back at Saratoga in July, and an optional claimer there. So, daughter of Invasor, and I'm going to take a look actually at Lady Lara. I was going over her statistics and her PPs, and kind of an interesting horse for Hall of Fame trainer Bill Mott. She won over there, and then she came back here, she came here for the first time, and she won at Belmont, taking the Pebbles, like you said. She made a very good 7-wide rally into the lane and got up in time. In this race, she's first-time Lasix, which of course is an added angle. And I do think it will be interesting to see her stretching out to the 1 mile and a 16th, which she has never previously run at, but giving her closing style in other races, I don't think that should be an issue for her.
No, she breaks from post 11 in a probable 14-horse field. I would expect her to maybe just kind of drop back early and make a move. But again, there's not a whole lot of speed here. I think that you will see Kiss Moon out there. She ran a really nice race in the Tawi Stakes, 1 mile on the grass at Indiana Grand, pressured throughout, held on really, really nicely. And I know her connections have always thought that she is a very, very good turf filly. And, she's certainly one that, that I would have to look at. We're only going to throw out our top 3 here, but I'd like to throw out about 6.
Well, in this filly, she did at Arlington early in the summer. She won the Hatuf Stakes, going the same distance, and actually did so from a little bit more off the pace. So she's proven she can go to the lead if she needs to and hang on, or she can kind of make a little bit of a closing move after pressing the pace. So that's a good trait to have. I
think here, for wagering purposes, I would think that Personal Diary, who breaks from the 5-hole and drops out of the QE2 Cup at Keeneland, a Grade 1 behind Crown Queen and Ball Dancing. Ran a nice race at Keeneland. The turf was soft that day. I don't think it'll be anything like that at Churchill Downs on Saturday. And, she's shown really strong kick on a firm course. And I think she's probably the one to beat here. I will have her in my top 3. And then my long shot play here, or a long shot to use, is Munira, who breaks from post 2. She was 26-1 in the Pebbles and just really never picked up her feet. But her 2 races on firm turf in the Mid-Atlantic for Grand Motion were very good. Her brisk speed figures not near as good as a couple of the other ones in here, but they're 3-year-old fillies. She's a kitten's joy out of a Red Ransom mare, and I think there's some talent there. And I'd like to get a price in the mix, so I'm going to use her too.
All right, and a couple others that I was just taking a quick look at. The Valley View winner, Sparkling Review, who is undefeated in 3 starts since she broke her maiden. And of course, the Valley View at Keeneland is the same distance on the grass, and she won that quite nicely with a very bold 6-wide bid and cleared, sailed on. They're turning for home. And then Testa Rossi, who actually comes back in this spot off a lengthy layup, and I would not expect her to win, but I would not be surprised if she factored in, third or fourth. This is a very talented filly, but she has been off since the Ashland. She won the Florida Oaks and the Miss Grillo.
Ships in for Chad Brown from New York. Kind of an interesting spot here. I guess he's preparing her for the winter in Florida.
Probably.
But interesting to ship this way. She did draw the rail here, or the hedge, whatever. And, she's not a speed filly. She'll probably drop back from the inside, especially if a couple others break well. And, I think she's got some work to do here. Probably need an ideal trip and some kind of a hole to open up at some point. But nonetheless, a very, very good filly and a very good race, quite frankly. I think you can find some value in this race.
All right, trying to sort through the overflow field of 18 for the Mrs. Revere. We wish you the best of luck in your wagering. We want to say thanks, as always, to Briss for the PPs. And thank you for watching the Handicapping Show.